Thank you, sir, for being here and being an inspiration to us. We are all born with an overwhelming sense of euphoria as we bask in the radiance of Mr. Abhishek Agarwal presence. A visionary leader, his gracious presence and boundless generosity leave us deeply honored and humbled. Being the part of the Fiji management, he embodies the very essence of inspiration and stands as an unparalleled role model, captivating the hearts and minds of all who are fortunate enough to cross his path. Thank you, sir, for being with us. I invite Mr. Abhishek Agarwal ji and over to him.
Are you excited? Excited? Yes, no? Can everybody tell me what we are going to do today? You have seen this in front of you. There is a picture in front of you, right? What is that which we are going to do today? Animal. Animal. So many beautiful minds in front of me. My dear children, let me tell you, there are some kids. You can see these faces. Are they looking like aliens or human beings like us? Human beings. They came especially from Madras, Bombay, Pondicherry, all the top medical colleges, engineering colleges, just for one purpose. To meet you guys. They are so excited to meet you, aren't you? So are you excited? Yes. Great. I would like to start this interaction with one commitment. To all those students who being a part of Talk-Vellore school, you will learn something which you will not forget throughout your life. And those who are not a part of Talk-Vellore school will remember it forever. I will request the children, whatever you will learn will be something new. I would like to ask very important questions. How many of you seriously love your parents? Raise your hand. Seriously love your parents. There is a word called serious. You know why? I will show a very small video, then you will understand why. Roji or
मैं कुछ नहीं हो सकता। मैं पेरेंट्स से मेरे पेरेंट्स बने नहीं, उसके लिए मैं कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा।
This time I know, I will spend 95% of my family now. The parents decide which will have life नहीं।
मैं तो हालात को राजी हूँ कि मुझे 10th की नौकरी भी मिलेगी।
जैसे कि मेरे मार्क्स आते हैं, spending on my studies, it's a waste of money. I'm ashamed of my family. I can't do anything. I'm worthless, I'm useless,
and I'm an embarrassment.
cousins are begging, friends are begging. It's been 25 days since I stepped out of the room. आज मैं तो फिर किसी को प्यार करेंगे।
मुझे शर्म आनी चाहिए। मैं कुछ नहीं हो सकता।
But I think you must have understood the concept behind it. Similar thoughts must have come in our mind when we are not getting very nice scores in our examination, isn't it? Today, we have a privilege that these toppers are there in front of us. They also go through similar stages in their life. Okay, so in a very quick note, they will be here. We will be interacting with all of you. But this video is telling us multiple things. Sometimes we get demotivated. So it is all about marks which matters the most? Of course not. The few slides which I am going to share it across in front of you, you will be enlightened to see to be there in top medical colleges or top engineering colleges like IITs or NITs. What is that which you have to score? First is very important. If we have to be successful in life, we have to set our goal. Alright? I think we had multiple interactions with your teachers. When I conducted a separate session with most of the earlier students, we stressed about one important thing, and that is all about setting your goal. When you set a goal, you make a plan accordingly. When you make a plan, what is most important is to implement, work towards it. And when you work towards it, take action, stick to it, we will taste success. But this note, I would like to see how many of you are preparing for ITJ. Can you just raise your hands? How many of you are preparing for NEET? Right. So today we are going to discuss so many questions. I think the students here must have been well prepared. They must have jotted down their questions as well, right? You can see this picture in front of you. IIT Bombay. I think most of us having this aspiration to join topmost college in India. Needless to say, this topmost college being IIT Bombay and of course IIT Madras. We are so privileged that the students from IIT Bombay and IIT Madras are here in front of us. Now, what is required to join these prestigious colleges? Let's quickly go through the analysis of 2023, means this year paper. So you can see very easily that if we are not getting 95% marks, 98% marks, we are getting stressed. We think nothing is possible. I am useless. Let's go through it. This is JEE Advanced Paper 2023. Those who are IT JEE aspirants, they know that in JEE Advanced there are two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Let's go through quickly. First, let's see easy level problems. So in physics, approximately 39 marks questions, they were all easy. Chemistry 26 and mathematics around 20. Overall, 83 questions were easy. Out of how many questions? Sorry, out of how many scores? 180. So if you can score only 83, which is the easy level, just imagine where it will be. That means JEE Advanced is not tough. JEE Advanced students who are willing to be there in IIT, they can also be a part of it. It is not necessary to score 95, 98% marks to be there in IITs. Let's quickly take to next slide. This is last year. You see around 40 marks, 160 moderate. So if you solve only easy and moderate, you will not touch even a single question of advanced, means difficult level problem. Still you will be there in IIT. This is analysis of paper 1 and paper 2. If you see, it will give you a great highlight. Easy level 2022, 2% approximately were easy level problems. 53% were moderate level problems. If you add both, it is around, if you do not touch even a single advanced or difficult level problem, still you will be getting around 75%. Let's see what rank we will get when we score 75% marks. Can you see here? All India rank 1. Anyone who can tell me what is the percentage he scored? 94%. Now we normally compare in NCERT, we are not getting 98% marks, 99% marks, we are getting demotivated. But this is not the case of JEE Advanced. This is not the case of LEAP. You will see that in JEE Advanced, around 15 lakh students are writing JEE. Out of those 15 lakh students, only 10,000 students are getting a privilege to join topmost engineering colleges like IITs. So when they write JEE Advanced, only 10,000. Let's see quickly that those students who get 10,000 or below rank, what is the percentage which is required? You see 10,000 rank, you have to score only 34.72%. So if you score only 34.72, you will be there in IITs. Let's see the analysis of 2022 also. It is even lower. A student who got 10,000 rank or below scored only 25%. So if we take out the average, we can easily gauge that if you score only 30% marks in JEE Advanced, you will be there in IITs, your rank will be below 10,000. So the students who are feeling demotivated, I am not getting marks, I am not scoring well, I am not getting 80%, 90%, no need to get demotivated. The only thing is, you have to keep your focus on, keep that energy level very high. Whatever you have planned, you have to implement it thoroughly and you will taste success. That's all. I am quickly running through these slides because I would not like to take away the time of the topics. They are here for a very short time. You see, computer science, we feel that we have to score rank below 100, 200, then only will be there in IIT. This is not the case. Those students who aspire to join computer science engineering, it is also for those students who score 4,700 rank or below. Rather, 4,000 students also are joining IITs and taking up computer science. You see, those students who got 20,000 rank or below also, they are joining IITs. So if they can do it, you can also very well do that. This will give you a great insight. Out of 360 you see, if you score only 240 and above, you will get a rank below 500. Just imagine, only 240 out of 360, you are getting a rank below 500. Let's see 10,000 rank. Those students who are getting only 125 out of 360, they are getting a rank below 10,000. 125 out of 360. Let's see quickly 2022-21 analysis also. Most of them, you see, they are getting only 24%, 30%, 28% marks, they are getting a rank below 10,000. So this is a great analysis which will tell you that the students, despite getting low ranks, can still aspire to be there in IITs, can still aspire to be there in top engineering colleges. We all know very well those students who aspire to take admission in top engineering colleges apart from IITs. So they can write exam JEE, first JEE examination is happening, and those students who qualify JEE, then only they will be having a privilege to attend our examination called JEE. So after you get a very good rank, you can join topmost NITs. Since we are here in Tamil Nadu, we have this privilege to join topmost NIT of India, NIT Trichy. And the best example is that in NIT Trichy we are getting 50% quota also. Right? So let's see very quickly. In JEE we follow a percentile. So computer science, you see, those students who got rank 4080 or below, they got the privilege to join computer science branch. Isn't it easy? Prabhuji, can we go back? Let's see how much score is needed to get 4000 or below. You can see here, if we are getting a score around 200 to 212, we will be getting an IT Trichy and we will be getting computer science branch. 200 out of 3. Now for IT Madras, now you see, you're talking about IT Bombay, IT Madras, IT Delhi. You always be getting into these top colleges is very, very tough. But now I think you must be feeling somewhat relieved by looking at this picture that if you're getting a score 50% or above, only 50% or above, you can very well be there in IT Madras. Alright? So when you guys writing phase examination or any other examination, you can also map your performance according to your goal. Right? So there is no way of getting stressed or disheartened if you get in those scores. And 30% is only required to be there. Same is the case with JEE. If you score 50%, for sure you will be there in NIT. Let's quickly take up NEET because there are some NEET aspects also in front of me. I have one question because I committed that you are going to learn something new, right? Anyone who can tell me in NEET what we ask? There is physics, there is chemistry and biology. Okay, two students got same score, say 700. Who will be getting a better rank? Can we give a mic to someone here? Please.
They will check the marks of biology first.
Biology first, right?
Chemistry and physics based on that.
Is it correct? How many of you is correct? First biology, absolutely. Then
Chemistry and physics.
or physics or chemistry. So we normally look for first biology marks, then physics and chemistry. Same is the case with, let's talk about GO advance. Two students got same scores. I committed something new to learn, right? Quick, we don't have time. Two students got same scores. Who will be getting a better rank? First, maths, then 50% jobs and which is required to be there in top medical colleges and engineering colleges. Just quickly run through the analysis. See, those students who got between 700 to 715, the rank difference is only 1 to 48. But the moment we go down, you see 651 to 700, the rank difference is from 97 to 4000. So 50 marks means it is taking you around 4000 rank up and down. And it is the class is going to be widening manner the moment you are scoring lower and lower. Right? Let's look at that is neat paper very tough. This is the analysis of 2022. Top ranker 720. Okay, fine. So let's see physics, chemistry, botany and zoology as you already spoken about. 1 minute. Easy level. Let's see easy level. How many questions are easy level? 139. How many medium? 55. Can we add up? 139 plus 55. How many questions are there? How many questions are there total? If you solve only easy and moderate, no difficulty. How do you know? 6 questions are only difficult. So out of 200 questions, 194 questions are only easy and moderate. That means if you will not attempt any difficult level problems, still you will have a chance because you have to solve only 45 questions per person. Okay? Out of 200 questions, you have to solve only 1. So is it very tough? I'm asking you guys, who are preparing for now. Is it very tough? Yes, the definition of easy and moderate might change person to person, but this is an average analysis which we have taken based on the feedback of the student, those who read, and of course JEE attendance. Right? So guys, nothing is difficult in life until you guys are focused and focused. Next slide, please. Test of over 2023, same as you can see that. Now, if you look at this analysis, those students who scored only 611, let me repeat, 611 or above out of 720, they got this privilege to join top medical colleges of Tamil Nadu. Top medical colleges of Tamil Nadu. Alright? You see this is the analysis. Now, let me quickly take you through some of the topics. And before I call upon that topics, I will request our director and correspondent of H.U. School, Mr. Anup Kumar Jain, to please kindly come on the stage and facilitate this. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Good afternoon, students. No energy. Good. Well, whenever I come to talk to students, I definitely look back in my life. And today, I remember 2nd October 2005. Can somebody guess what happened to 2nd October 2005? No, it's not my birthday. No, it's not that I entered into IIT in 2005, that was long back. Can you guess what happened to 2nd October 2005? Yeah, I came to Chennai for the first time. So 2nd October 2005, which was just recently, popped up. I had the same strength of students in Chennai. At that time, that was the first batch of FITG in Chennai, and I had equal number of strength as number of students sitting here. And that's where the journey started. We worked with those students, and in fact, in the very first batch, we got the best IIT rank, which till now nobody has matched. In Chennai. So can you guess what was the rank from the first student of the first batch? Well, it was not in 2005, it was in 2009. Because it took 4 years for a child to complete the 4 years studies at FITG. What was the best rank? Any guess? The rank from Chennai was rank 5. So that year we started our journey with a small number of students. And last year it was more than 300 students who made it to IIT from Chennai alone. And now I promise we'll do something similar to Vellore. The way 2nd October 2005 is remembered as a starting day in Chennai. But today is not the day when we are beginning, but yeah, it's an important milestone. And next 5 to 6 years we will see that dynamics of Vellore is changing. Vellore is already known for best of the medical colleges, but majority of the students in those engineering colleges and medical colleges come from outside, and over time we'll see that the fate of the city will change and rest of the ranks will start coming in from Vellore city. So my best wishes to you, and I request Abhishek sir to take the function forward.
Thank you, sir, for our nice words. I think whenever sir come on the stage, he enlightened us with his wisdom, and you guys are very lucky that we have Anku sir with us, right? And before you take it forward, as I said, this is a talk. So today it's not a platform for us to share our wisdom. It is all about these topics who are sitting in front of me. So quickly I invite Ramachandran on the stage. He scored all India rank 15. He will now please come in. Can we have a round of applause, please? Next we have Jan with us. He came especially from IIT Bombay. Like Ram, he scored all India rank 66. 15 years in row, they got 50 to 56. IIT level. Then we have something. We have Mukesh with us, all India rank 15. Our 3 rank students, we are joining IT Madras Computer Science Engineering University. Last but not the least, we have Mukesh. As we all know, around 16 lakh students are writing NEET exam every year. And I'm so proud to tell you, we got all India rank 92 out of 2 schools. Can I bring down the applause, please? Yes. There is an 80 now. Sir, I have a question to please take it. Now, the stage is all set. We have students in front of us. I want only one commitment. Please make it boring. Guys, this is your stage. You have to share your pain points with them. They've been through similar stages. It is not that from day one they scored very high in JEE, advanced, or some need they got very high during practice when they were preparing for these exams. They have also been through some low phases. So there are so many students who have raised their query. and posted questions in the form of Google form. And some of the main questions are there in front of us. These are some of the other top rankers which you can see. Last year, Harit, we got to Tallinnere at 176. And you move forward, please, quickly. The girl child, Asta, she got 831. This has to so many things. That engineering is not only for girls. Right? This is our old notion that engineering means only boys should apply for. Girls means only medical. World is changing very, very fast. All the top engineering colleges like IIT, let me tell you, there is a quota for girls, and I think there is a quota for girls. So if you look at prestigious institutes like IIT, around 22% weightage you will be given. And by the time you will pass out, I think it might be even higher. Okay? So it should not be only restricted to boys. Girls also deserve to be there. Right? Can you have a big order of that in the meantime? Being a girl child? Very easy. Now, Mukesh, right? I will ready to bombard you with so many questions. Over to you. How did you overcome stress? And what were the ranks which you were regularly getting when you were writing AS12, AS1, AS examination? Was it very high initially?
Yes, we know. It was a very tough period in 11th standard, and it was a COVID period, so I was not doing well. I was at home actually. So actually in lockdown, many did study, and that included me also. And at 12th, I started studying, and with the motivation of my teachers, and because of the pleasure, and yeah, basically my parents and friends and teachers motivated me, and everyone gets stressed a lot. Like, you should overcome that by you should enjoy yourself in the process of studying. You don't need to study, you don't want to study to get 40 marks. You should enjoy it while studying. And I didn't realize that I was good at 9th, but during the lockdown period I changed. Again, when I came to 12th, my friends motivated me to study and my teachers. And again, I started enjoying studying. In exam, if you don't get marks also, don't get stressed. It's an opportunity to learn new things, obviously. So if you don't get it first time, the final exam is the main exam. So there you should perform well. All that if you do not do well in other exams, that's fine. Learn from your mistakes and correct it. That's all.
Good. Okay, sure. I would request you to answer the second question also. There is a notion that to get top ranks, you have to study 16 hours, 18 hours in a day. I remember, I've been scolding you. Your mother used to call you that you used to sleep a lot. Okay, I would not like to highlight that point. But is it really important to study 16 hours, 18 hours in a day to get top ranks?
It depends on students. I'm saying, if you're honest, you should pay attention to the classes. That's the main important point. And if you take notes properly and listen to your teachers, and then when you're studying, you should be focused on studies. If you study well during the period what you want to study, that matters. And if you it does not mean you should study daily 6 hours or 8 hours. Don't set a time limit. Set a goal. Study till you achieve it, and if it takes a lot of time, study a lot of time. If it ends in 2 hours, that's fine. Take it a break, take the day as a break, and enjoy yourself. Don't get distracted.
Right, great. Ram, right? Ram, there is a feeling coming, right? You have made us proud, and I'm so happy you are here, Ram. Especially on a very short note, we came all the way from Bombay. Can you bring round of applause for us, please? Ram, you kindly give an insight to our kids. How are you keeping yourself motivated?
Hello. So usually, only place that you want to lose motivations when you don't get good marks in exam. Like when you want to get less mark in exam, you'll feel like this is not my cup of coffee. I just gave this. I'm not going to do more. But in those times, I used to talk to my teachers. I used to talk to my faculties. So my faculties are usually very motivating, and whenever you get low marks, it's better to consult someone, or if you are very self-motivated, then you don't need to consult someone. So I used to ask my faculties what should I do, what should be my next step, and they used to guide me. And for motivation, make sure, keep in mind that the 3 lakh students write this exam, and you can't get distracted or lose your motivation, and that won't give you good results. So to be in the race, you have to be motivated, and that is a motivation for you. And I would say, just don't lose motivation, that's all. And do consult your faculties when you feel low, when you feel not motivated.
This is the most common question being asked by our kids. Normally they are facing difficulty in terms of balancing between CPC and JEE or NEET preparation simultaneously. You being a PG student, how you handle this?
So when it comes to the class hours, it would be like the teachers would be in CBSE and 50, and they will finish portions on time. And when you go back to your self-study time, or when you go back to the school, that time you have to use it wisely to get good marks in both boards and 50. I used to give more preference to JEE than boards, but it doesn't mean I'm not concentrating on boards. I would start my day with 50 work, and it would go on for like 1 or 2 hours, and then definitely people would get distracted, or it would feel boring to doing the same subject, doing physics for 2 hours, doing chemistry for 2 hours, and you would say, let me take a break, I'll go watch something and come. Instead of watching, you can use that period of time for your CBSE work. I think you would have a lot of class works, record to write and home. So when you don't feel like studying for your JEE or NEET, you can use that time to prepare for boards. You can study something, you can study English, you can study computer science if you haven't, or you can study biology also. So use the time, use your self-study time very wisely, and prioritize which is more important for you. If you feel like you have to spend more time in JEE, spend more time in JEE. It's absolutely fine. If you have something very important in coming from CBSE, you have some audit exam, you have some half exam, it's very good to spend less time on JEE and spend more time on boards. So I would say, as soon as you go home, you write down what you have to do today, list down it in some order, which you prioritize in some order, and follow the order for the day. That's all.
Great. And we will move to the next question. Very important question, because those who are NEET aspirants, let me remind you, to solve one question in NEET examination, you have only 1 minute and 11 seconds. 1 minute, 11 seconds. Is it too high? I think it is quite a time. Same is the case with JEE aspirants. When they write JEE, I think for every question, they will have only 2 minutes. So, Mukesh, you got all India 90 out of 15 lakh aspirants. Isn't it great by you? I think this question is more suitable to you because it is all about time management. How do you think?
I would say the biggest thing you can do for this is practice. Only the practice will be relatively at the end of the 6 months. There are a few ways to develop the other hand. Reading the question carefully, sometimes we are cooking the question that enables you to solve it. But see, there are 3 subjects mainly: biology, physics, chemistry for me. And biology, 1 minute is sample time for question. You can just read a question and you can solve it. You can do it, you can solve it. But for subjects like physics, that requires some intensive problem solving. It is quite hard to solve a question within 1 minute. So, to develop that sort of skill, you have to keep on practicing problems. Find as many resources as you can to get problems done and solve this. set some times while practicing. Like for example, take a block of 4 to 5 questions during a daily practice time and time yourself while solving it. So help you to develop that subconscious tracking of time. And everybody will not spend too much time on this because at one point during the exam you have to leave some questions, you have to move on to the next one. So you can't spend too much time on a question and waste all your time. So yeah, time yourself and practice hard. And obviously, like, while you play difficulties, practice, seek some help from your educators also here because I am just like one student who has not a good life in an entrance exam and people who here have been guiding hundreds of students for years to get the same results. So seek help also if you are facing difficulty with time management or something like that.
Good. Ramesh, you quickly answer this question. When you prepare for some, examinations like preparations, you're working for many test papers. There will be some tricky questions, some difficult level problems. How you used to solve it?
So, for difficult and tricky level questions especially, read the question very, very carefully because there will most probably be some key words in the question that you will focus on. And also read the options because sometimes from the options itself you can pick a single one option as the correct answer. Like maybe all 4 of the options have different units and only one unit is the correct unit. You don't have to waste time. So already the answer will be just marked from the correct unit. So practice like that and read the questions carefully. Apart from that, again, practice will also make difficult questions easier. After some sort of exam, there will always be some 5, 10 different questions that you do not answer. Approach your faculty with those questions, and after your faculty has helped solve it for you, try to write them down, solve it by yourself again. Because even if your faculty tells you a solution, you won't retain it without trying it yourself at least once. With time, there are a lot of difficult questions that you are able to solve, and eventually, by the time the exam comes out, most of the questions you will be able to solve.
Right, great. Wonderful. Let me quickly move to the next question. Yeah. How is Bombay here? IT Bombay. You tasted any Bombay dish here? Vada pav or pav bhaji? You like it?
I don't prefer, but it's fine.
Okay. Actually, this is a question being raised by so many of our middle school students. Which additional books to refer actually?
In JEE for physics, you can use Zero. Nowadays, Zero has become a standard for JEE physics actually. When it comes to chemistry, there is MS for organic. Inorganic, that's mainly JDD actually, and NCERT is important for inorganic. You can't skip NCERT. And when it comes to physical, I think you have Narendra's T, but those are very standard actually. Maths, there is a book called Pink Book, Black Book, Yellow Book. I don't remember the author, but I think it's Pankaj Josh. Not sure though. But these are really good books. The thing is, many people try to do many books. But if you stick to one book, if you do one book, you get to go through all kinds of questions, and that's done. When you go through all kinds of questions, you can recognize a question whether it's easy or difficult. The thing which differentiates you from others is whether you're able to recognize questions. If you're able to recognize hard questions, you can skip them immediately, go through the easy questions first, and come back to the hard questions later, which saves you time. And time is important in exam. So I advise you to stick to one book, not to refer many books.
Right. Kian, you were predicting for JEE. How did that always you got very high scores?
In some topics I used to excel, but some like organic I actually didn't do well. Like for half a year my organic was really bad. It was like until main started my organic was so bad that I used to get like near the lowest marks. And I asked my faculty to help me with it. He gave me step-by-step guide to how to develop it. So it's not like if you don't get anything, it's lost. It's just that you have to put in some more effort so that you get through it.
So was it only hard work, it was a part of your strategy, or you did something special to improve your scores?
I actually didn't do anything special. It was just motivation which pushes me to the first 1 week, but motivation that dies down immediately. What gets you through it is discipline. Discipline is important. If you don't have discipline, nothing gets through. Like because motivation only lasts for really little time.
Great. That is energy being. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to say something which should be known for everyone. Mukesh is my student only. And I scolded him once because he got 0 marks in AS 0. Okay. Some of you might be getting 0 marks, getting demotivated, saying nothing is possible in life, what I will do. IIT is like a pipe dream. I've never been there in IIT. Let me focus on IIT only. But guys, he is there in front of you. So from 0 to here, what is your number one?
Like, AS, AATS, RTX, those are meant to be tough, so don't get demotivated first of all. And even if you get low marks in easy exams also, take it as an opportunity to perform better in the next exam. And as I said, like, everything is an opportunity until the final exam. You should do well in the final exam. You should take every exam, take every exam as a step to motivate yourself and guide you to the final exam. And yeah, obviously hard work and practice makes better, and it should lead you to success. So practice a lot, and without practice you can't do anything. And understand the concepts thoroughly, listen to the classes properly, then practice a lot, stick to one book as he said, and so that you can learn all the types of problems. And if you have time, do multiple books, and yeah, practice is the key.
Great. Harish, one time when I asked him, Beta, what is your strategy? He said, I would like to write more and more examinations. I said, why? You're getting bored. Then he said, every examination is an opportunity for me to learn more. Every examination is giving me this opportunity to see what more concept which I thought I am very strong in, still there is a scope to learn. So every examination is another opportunity. Have a big round of applause for him. How to study extra balance in school and Fiji all at the same time. Actually, most of the 10th class students here and 11th class students raise this query. How you study, how you take out time for both NCRT and Fiji. And simultaneously you have to prepare for Olympiads also. Is it different for Olympiads than preparing for JEE or advanced?
So the syllabus for Olympiads would be the simplest syllabus for Olympiads would be basic, and it would go on would be JEE, and then the syllabus would just go beyond JEE to some extreme terms. I used to concentrate on JEE. My faculty would teach in class for some concepts where you would mention that this is for Olympiads and you don't have to concentrate on this topic for JEE. So such topics I used to make a note of it and revise it only before the Olympiads. I don't give more importance to those topics, and I will study for Olympiads only when I am finished with my JEE preparation. Like if I have some work to do in JEE or CBSE, I would finish them for the day, and if I have extra time, I would spend some more time for Olympiads. But I would say it is not tough to manage both JEE and Olympiad, but if you really are interested in Olympiads, then you can go for it. I didn't concentrate much for Olympiads.
Right. Ram, have you ever had a situation when your classmates were getting higher scores, you were getting low scores?
So, like, from the start of 11th, I wasn't a top student in Fiji. So, whenever I used to get my batchmates, my peers marks, then I would feel like I'm a bit behind, but that doesn't matter actually. As time passes, you can catch up with them also. My place ranks used to start from 30 and it dropped down to top 10. And in the recent time, that was the crucial time that I catch up with my friends. So, in the beginning, you would feel like your friends already know more than you, they know a lot more than you. You are a bit behind, but that really doesn't matter. And don't take it as a pressure, take it as a challenge, or set a goal. I will be better than what you did yesterday. So let's say you got in some chapters you got 200 out of 240. In the next similar chapters you should get more than that. And you shouldn't make mistakes in similar kind of questions twice. That is a crime and you shouldn't do it. So if you make some mistake in any exam, make sure to do your test analysis, and that is more important than getting pressure from your friends' mark. So do your test analysis properly and make sure you don't do the same mistake again.
I think there is so much to learn from these guys, isn't it? There is a lot of See, there is one difference which you must have seen in these guys' attitude. Whenever they feel that things are going not favorable, they have never been disappointed. Rather, they have taken it as a challenge and proved to everyone what they are capable of. Right? Next question. Ramesh, I would like you to answer it. You were a day scholar, right? So, being a day scholar, when you're going back home, you used to watch web series, Netflix, or social media.
Yeah, I used to watch some series. I stayed away from social media. Social media is very harmful during this preparation time. It can get really addictive. I watch some series usually like after I had eaten just while eating, because that time I don't very efficiently study. I stayed away from social media and I always kept the limit on how much time I had for like free time. I think the onus is on the students to do this, because there were some days where I had more free time or business class and exam, so I got enjoy myself more. And there were some days that were very hectic with the person and I could not do anything for enjoying at all. So I feel you have set your own priorities regarding what distractions you can avoid during your free time.
So, how you used to de-stress yourself? I mean, you cannot study continuously for 10 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, right?
I think the best way is physical exercise, especially if you are somebody who likes to wake up early to study, do take some 15-20 minutes of physical exercise after waking up, can maybe charge you before studying. And then obviously I used to also like watch some movies. But if I had to pick one option, physical exercise is definitely the best way to de-stress yourself.
Well said, Ramesh. Well said. Has it ever happened when you were preparing for training that there was a test, say CPT or physics examination, you could not prepare well for that examination, and then you had some backlog, backlog which you had to work on, how you managed it?
Like I said, my complete organic was a backlog. Like the whole test went bad for me just because of organic. So the thing is, I didn't concentrate, I didn't keep it as a backlog. I left it until the end, till all portions got over. Because I thought if I concentrate on it at that point of time, my current portions will get spoiled due to it. So I just started coming back to it once everything was over, and it was in the revision phase that I started learning this as a completely brand new topic from the very scratch, from the very basics, building foundations for it, because my organic was really bad. That's what I did when I had a backlog.
And how you manage your time when you are preparing for examination and tomorrow your examination.
Like I said, discipline is very important. I used to practice on a regular basis. When you practice every day, that's how much of the workload the day right before. You can just go through the important formulas and practice few good questions which have been like doing in the book, and go through them so that your concepts are clear for the very next day. When you revise it when you rush it to the last day, it won't stay much in your head. You will only keeping it right for the exam. After the exam, you may forget it because you have been practicing for a long time.
Great. It will be our applause, please. And we will move to the next question. How to avoid negative marking? Is there any tips which you would like to give to students? For example, JEE, if we talk about JEE Advanced, we all know that one question makes a hell of a lot of difference. If you are answering correctly, you are getting +4. Wrong means -6. Okay? So never ever commit that mistake of guessing these questions, because these 6 marks, with 1 marks, our answer 22,000 are pending. Right? So my question with you is, you understand how much is scoring 170?
710.
710 he got out of 710. Isn't that great? Like it is a more appropriate question. How do you avoid negative marking?
I think avoid guessing as far as possible, because 1 mark makes a lot of difference in your rank. So if you don't know the question, then first off, eliminate some options that are definitely not the answer. If that doesn't give you the answer directly, then leave the question and move on, because I have noticed that in some papers there might sometimes be some question later on that will sort of give you some sort of kick to like, oh, I have not read that question in that way, similar to this. This will happen when you practice a lot of questions. Another way to do is to again move on to the next question, and after a short time, like say your question you are facing difficulty in this physics, right after you complete physics for the physics section, and before moving on to the next section, just come back and take another look at the question. You might be able to approach in a different way, solve the question then, and if all that doesn't work, I would say just cut your losses and go to the next question. Try to avoid guessing as far as possible. It's a very bad habit. That lost me a lot of marks in my mock tests.
Great. See, there is one beautiful analysis which I share in front of you. If you can go through that analysis, you will be able to understand. Because the next question directly implies towards that. We are normally focusing on our top ranks, what we should do to get top ranks, how about average or below average students. So we are saying to get a rank below 10,000 and being there in IITs or IITs, you have to score only 30%. So I think 30% or more is not that difficult, right? But still, Bhunesh, what would be your advice to those students who are not getting a decent score like you, who are demotivated, and their progress chart, if you see, it is full of ups and downs? What is the message you would like to give?
I think it is very important to not be demotivated, but that is very easy to say. There are definitely times when I am also felt demotivated. I think, as they have said, discipline is very important. Discipline helps you to keep working even when you are demotivated. And of course, talking to your parents, talking to your teachers will also help you come out of that stage. And practice, like, try not to let your motor scores affect your mental health. That is a very dangerous thing to do. Your stress scores should not be compared to health. And it should only be benchmark for how much you are left to study and what is prioritize your studying on. It's not a measure of who you are. So try to approach the exam with that mind and keep calm during all exams. Whether it's a mock test, whether it's a school test, maintain your composure and you will definitely find your marks improving if you have also practiced and if you also maintain hard work. Because there are a lot of people with me that have very good marks in mock tests, and during the last few stages of the exam preparation, they got panicked and they made a lot of mistakes in public during the actual exam and they got very low marks. I feel mistakes like that are very tragic. You should avoid something like that. So keep calm during the exam, and if you have worked hard, then you will definitely see your marks improving with time. And please don't skip mock exams, because those exams are what help train you to develop the mentality of keeping calm during the exams.
Guys, it is extremely important. It is not about that the students are average or below average. Please remember, it is all about your attitude. It is all about how much trust you. If you're not trusting yourself, nobody is going to change your life. So the guys over here, they've been through their ups and downs. They have seen their performance dipping also. And there are 90% of the students, those who are presently studying in IITs, top medical colleges like AIMS and JIPMER. Let me tell you, they were all average or below average students. The only thing which matters the most is that they have taken up as a challenge, taken it as an opportunity, work towards it, and that's where they get their success. Great question. Can we move towards the next question? What is the most helpful thing your parents did for you? Ram, I would like you to answer.
The most helpful thing about it, I would say not asking my marks. That is the most helpful thing about it. Even if they ask my marks, they won't say why. If I got less marks, they won't ask why did I get less marks, and if I got more marks, they would not let me become more confident after getting good marks. And to all the parents, just don't pressurize your son or daughter, because you have to support them. In school already they are being they are doing all they can do in school, and they need some support at their home. So parents should be a support, and when you feel like your son or daughter is demotivated, is not studying, is feeling sad after coming from school, it may be because he got low scores in exam, or maybe some other reason. At those points of time, you have to motivate them to study, and you have to help them be in their good mental state.
Ram, when you were preparing for JEE, right? You were entirely focused on study, or you did some sort of other activities also, like play, sports?
In 11th and 12th, I was like study, and very less sports. We had sports period in our school, and after coming home, I don't usually play sports.
Alright. How about other activities, like physical exercises and other stuff?
Physical exercises, I just ignored in 11th and 12th.
And now what are you doing in IITs?
And now we have enough time to do physical exercises, and now we can. Our classes are very less, so it is good. We have enough time to manage between physical activities and our studies.
I heard from some of you that you are watching the movie.
No, sir, that's
So you can still analyze. Great. Can we give a round of applause for Ram, please? Quickly move to. Okay. Now it is our open forum. See, whatever questions you have seen here, these questions normally you have filled our Google form, and these responses when you submitted, we have gathered it in one platform in the form of PPT. Now, if anyone has any specific question, these kids, these toppers are more than happy to answer it. I will request these students one-on-one, they can raise their hand and ask these questions. Please, can we quickly give mic?
We are actually final phase of revision for the release of the. So what are your approach or what are your plans during the final phase? Or what is the plan that you will to complete? We try to don't have that balance. If you have that ones, what are your plans to complete it? How did you come up with the plan to realize a lot of topics during the last few months for the entrance defense?
You can take the question.
So our syllabus is got over in November to December. We started the revision around January. So our revision was like we used to spend one day for one subject, one day for one chapter, and sometimes it used to get to 2 chapters per day or 3 chapters per day. And whenever you use in the one day for a chapter, make sure it is all the types of problems, all the formulas, all the information that you're supposed to remember for JEE. So spend one day for one chapter, and we had a study plan given by Fiji to us. So we were able to, we were just following it. And why that helps one day per chapter is, let's say you have a backlog on some chapter, and when you want to spend one full day on that chapter, you have like some 10 to 12 hours to study that one chapter. And let's say you have the full chapters about, you haven't studied anything in your actual 11th and 12th, you have enough time to revise your notes, to write your own notes, and to solve enough problems in that chapter. So even if not one chapter per day, you can combine 2 or 3 chapters which you feel confident. Let's say there are some 2 or 3 strong chapters for you, and you feel you don't need much of a time for those chapters. Combine them and finish them in one day. Like after that one day, you should be like decently strong in those chapters. So after that, I would say you would feel confident in, let's say, 2 chapters per day, you will feel confident in 2 chapters, and instead of spending 2 days, you spend only 1 day. So spend that remaining day on your backlogs or any weak chapter you feel you need more practice. You can go for other. In my actual 11th and 12th, I used to solve only 50 packages and archives, and in my revision time, I used to solve the extra books, as Kian said. All those extra books had enough number of questions for a single chapter to make you strong in it. All those reference books is up to you. If you haven't finished your package, if you haven't finished your archive, you can really go for doing those in your revision time. But if I will say finish them as soon as possible, but if you haven't finished them, you can go for them. If you have finished all the Fiji materials, you can go for other books which they have a lot of questions for practice. And when you practice a lot of questions, you get better in each chapter or each concept or any subject. So in your revision time, try to do as much practice as possible, and for the backlogs, try to finish them as quick as possible. Like do the backlog first, and then do the strong chapters. And do a lot of practice, a lot of questions.
I hope Ram has answered your query. There we go. Right. Thank you, ma'am.
I'll just add,
Please.
like, one more thing is, you do have CPTs for these chapters, go through your mistakes. Like when you go through your mistakes, you know like where you're weak. So you can analyze on them better. You can concentrate on those topics better rather than your strong points.
Great.
There is one important question. I know these kids will not ask. I will ask on their behalf. Normally, what happens is we are not getting an answer. Okay, while we preparing for any exam, we immediately jump to a solution. We do cheating. We know we are doing cheating. See the solution, and we feel that we are getting an answer. Do you seriously think it?
Actually, no. Like, whenever I don't get any question, I don't see that I am just like trying for a really long time. Like, few classes, I actually never see such I only just ask the faculty straight up, like, can you explain or give me a hint? Not the complete solution, but a hint, so that I can try to develop on the solution. And if then I don't get, I ask for the faculty. Because solutions you may not understand completely, you will go through it, you may not even go through sincerely. You just go through them for the sake of completing the question. But when a faculty explains, you will listen clearly and he'll explain like what is doing step by step. So that's a better way of understanding the solution.
Great. So it's been 50 years in the history of Kian, Mukesh, Ram, correct me if I'm wrong. The last 50 years, not even a single question you repeated in JEE, right?
Yes, sir.
So whatever question you guys will face when you are writing JEE and advance, you have to face entirely new questions. So is there any set pattern which you follow? That these questions will come, I have to prepare for these concepts, I have to put more weightage on these concepts, like that?
Like, I used to see the weightage of each chapter, so that I can spend more time on a more important chapter and lesser time on lesser important chapters. That way you can prioritize the chapters and do accordingly. But you know, we were not know like which questions going to be used. Like in our CPTs there was some random question like electromagnetism. We all thought it's electromagnetism question, but then our faculty started using this error and measurements, like dimension analysis. It was not like nobody thought of that. But it's not like if it is related to one topic, you can only solve using that topic related formulas. You can interrelated topics. So not ignore anything, but you can have a weightage.
They don't know what to do. It has been said that to improve your performance, especially in maths and physics, from 50% to 60% is difficult. But in chemistry, to improve your performance from 20% to 60% is easy. How is it?
I guess you can say it's true in my case at least, because my organic don't.
So you made any notes?
For organic, I usually don't make notes, but for organic I made sincere notes because I was weak in it. I sat and wrote for days, highlighted books and understood what's happening, understood the mechanisms, understood what happened in various cases. Like if you're reading topic, like if I was reading a topic, I used to research quite deeply into it. Because I used to be strong in physics and maths. I didn't spend much time on physics and maths during the day. It was just fully grinding in chemistry. So when I had time for the grinding, I researched nicely on it.
Great. Why you forget about it? Why are you thinking? Ram, this question over to you. When you are preparing for JEE Advance, one thing must have come in your mind that, during last 4-5 days, say JEE Advance is like after 4 days from now. What was your strategy?
So, my strategy was to revise the concept which I felt I was stronger. Like the last 1 week, I spent it on the easy concepts. I spent it on the concept that I knew. I solved easy questions to make myself motivated that I can do it. I can do better because that was the strategy told by our faculties, and I felt that would work for me as well. Because if you want to do tough questions at the last 1 week, you want to do challenging questions and say, I want to attempt challenging questions day much, and so I have to practice for them. And you want to do challenging questions in the last 1 week, and if you don't get the answer, then you would feel demotivated. Why am I not getting answer in 1 week or in the last 1 week? I'm even capable to attempt the paper after 1 week. But So don't do such questions, do easy questions. And I spent the last 1 week mainly for chemistry because that is what required more study. We have to memorize more names, we have to memorize more concepts, mechanisms. Like I used to, in the last 4-5 days, I used to start my day with reading some maths formulas, then some physics formulas, and the rest of the day I would go for chemistry, not getting it. That suited for me because when I was weak in chemistry, so I needed to spend more time in chemistry. Easy concepts in chemistry. Don't study new stuff in chemistry in the last 4-5 days. Nothing's going to work. That's it.
Great. Anyone has any questions? Anyone? Please. You can ask. And then quickly give a mic to him. Because what's your name and your class? Last one. How many marks do you use to get your chart test and physics exams? And do you have these papers? Like we don't have the grades. Okay, so you can answer.
What's it?
He is asking how much score you used to get in different examinations. CPT, space, A square, BS.
It varied. Like in my favorite subjects, I used to get good marks, and in my weak subjects, I didn't get many marks. Like it doesn't matter. You study whatever you're weak in, you put a lot of time in it, and you practice a lot. And mark doesn't matter. Like it depends on the exam. In 8 years, top score itself will be 80 out of 360 or something like that. So better focus on ranks and do not get demotivated by your marks. And if you do not get what you expected, work for it, enjoy yourself doing it, and do not compare with anyone else.
I think the answer will go to Can we give a round of applause for that? Yeah, anyone else, please, quickly. I can see some parents here also. If they have any specific query, please welcome.
I'm Abhishek of grade 12, and we have actually started to write previous year mains paper. And if we take maths, we aren't able to complete the whole 25 questions in 1 hour. And if it is an easy chapter, we should not skip that question. And if we don't get the question correctly during that exam time, we spend a lot of time for that question. What should we do at that time? And also, what is the division of time for each subject for mains?
So in mains, I would say for chemistry, 40 minutes is more than sufficient. But if you want to be more confident, let's say 45 to 50 minutes you can take for chemistry. For physics, I would say 1 hour is enough for doing physics, all the 25 questions. And maths, you can spend more than 1 hour. That's completely alright. It happens, and it depends on the shift of mains. Some mains, like in the same way, we have 12 shift of mains exam. So it depends on shift. Some shift gets easy paper where they can do maths in 45 minutes, and they need more time for physics. And let's say some people has physics very easy, you can finish it in 40 minutes and spend the rest of the time for maths. So it completely depends on the paper first of all, but an average time would be 40, 1 hour and 1 hour 20 minutes for chemistry, physics and maths. And what are the other though?
Some questions from easy chapters we aren't getting during exam time. What should we do?
So let's say you spend 1 minute on some question and you aren't able to proceed further, and you have a mindset that is an easy question and I have to do it. My friends will do it, I can't skip it. Don't think like that. First of all, if you have spent 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes on a question, you can't proceed, just skip that question. Don't spend even more time on getting the question. It may waste a lot of time. In JEE means usually you will have time, but that doesn't work every time. And let's say you spend around 4.5 minutes on the question and you feel like you're getting near the answer. In those kind of situations,
spend 2 more minutes to, get the answer. If you don't get, then just leave the question. Don't waste even more time. And if you get the answer, then it's just it's your luck. That's all. And then I would say, if you don't get any question, it's just keep in mind that it's fine to leave any question. There are negative marking in JEE mains, so I used to take risk, but when you are too unconfident about any question, just don't attempt the question. It's fine to leave the question. Even if it's from easy chapter, it's from easy concept, it doesn't matter. Just leave the question. Don't waste time. That's all. Time is more important.
I think he answered your query well. Great.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
like in exams, keep your ego aside. You said, Islam, like I should solve this question. Just take, analyze the question, see what within the time limit for that question, and that's it. If you're not able to, skip it and come back at the last. And the second thing is, hard questions are hard for everyone, not only for you. So it's not like you should attempt it. You can leave it. Many people leave it. Like maybe 1% will attempt it. So it's not wrong to leave it.
Is it okay to JEE advance in 11th standard?
You do prepare for this.
No, we are like it's a big batch, so we prepare from 10th and 9th itself. So we should prepare more seriously in 9th also, right? So it's okay if we prepare in 9th and if we prepare
Currently, you are in which class?
10th standard, sir.
10th standard.
It is fine to prepare for that. Nothing wrong. You can catch up with it.
You prefer group study or self-study?
I want to go to groups when I need like alternative solutions. I get a solution, I will ask others whether they get another solution for it, so that I can know different methods for the solution. Otherwise, I just do like individual studies, because group studies may get distracted at some point.
And then, what question you would say that no, JEE aspirant should not do? Repeat. What is the mistake that you would say that JEE aspirant should not do it? Given reason, given notes.
Do not waste time. Let's say you have 4 hours in your, after you come back from school, you have 4 hours. And you say you don't get distracted, you study for the complete 4 hours with full focus. I'm sure you repeat this for 100 days, you'll become into 4 of what you are today. Like, let's say you were studying and suddenly you took a break, and you will feel like, let me scroll some reels for some time, I'll stop it after 15 minutes. I know I'm so time conscious, but that's not going to work. That never works. That works for no one. You can't stop it. So don't get distracted. Don't go into social media. Just sacrifice your social media for 3 or 4, 2 years. So don't waste time. Let it be social media. Let it be something else also. Just don't waste time. And while you're studying, let your focus be only on studies. You'll be writing something, but your mind will be somewhere else. That is absolutely useless. That won't work. So just don't waste time.
Night studying is best or morning studying is best?
That depends on the person. If you can set up the alarm and wake up in the morning, then morning is the best time for studying. And let's say if you don't get tired and you can be with the same energy till 12 in the night or till 1, then you can go for studying. But that doesn't happen usually. When you come back from school, you'll be tired. You won't feel like studying till 12 and all. You will feel sleepy. And studying while being sleepy is another useless thing. So don't do that and all. You just go to sleep and wake up early in the morning and start studying whatever you want to do.
One genuine question. Some students would like to study late at night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So I'm talking about JEE Advanced. If I'm not wrong, JEE Advanced, you got 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. What time you reach an examination center?
I reached the examination center. We had exam from 9:30 to 12:30. I reached the examination center well in advance. I think I reached at 8 or something. And after the process got over, around 8:45, I went and sat in front of my computer. And then the time in front of computer,
our sirs said, like, usually rest takers, just sleep if you want. They will, don't think that you will oversleep, they will wake you up when the exam is going to start, that is not a problem. But you need to be energetic when you're going to start the paper. So, even in the break between the two papers, as soon as I finished my lunch, I went back to my computer and I took some rest, which is sleeping. But I would say that is recommended, that worked for me. I was energetic when I woke up and when I gave my paper 2 also.
So now what would have happened? Suppose you had this habit of studying till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So you seriously feel that you would have managed your time well, or you would have same amount of energy while writing JEE advanced examination, morning till evening?
I don't think that's going to work, studying till 2 and then sleeping and then getting up and going to JEE Advanced. JEE Advanced doesn't work like that. So one day before JEE Advanced, try to, back up your all the revision stuff, everything by, let's say 9, 8 and just go to sleep. Even if you don't want to sleep, just don't study and don't be awake till 2 o'clock on the day of exam. That's so stupid. That doesn't work. Don't do that.
So you seriously feel that time management is important?
Yeah.
You need to have energy.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of energy.
Fresh mind to attend these papers, because JEE Advanced is a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of energy. So, and you will have a lot of phase tests and chapters where you will know how to be energetic the whole day. If I'm not wrong, phase exams happen in a single day where they have morning and evening paper. If they happen like that, then use those exams as a way to pick your strategy. Let's say if going to the exam center early and sleeping doesn't work for you, then just don't follow it. Find your strategy in phase exam. And you will have a lot of mock exams as well. So on the day of mock exam, try to figure out what works best for you. You will have a lot of exams. So you have enough time to work out different strategy. And if some strategy works for you, stick to that till the very end. That's all.
Great. Anyone?
How do you divide your study time?
Your name and class first.
I'm from class 10.
Class 10. Mukesh?
If you're weak in a subject, give more time for it. And if something is thought difficult, you give more time for it. And if you feel something if you feel nothing is learned to study, that's not possible. That won't be good. You have to study something. You will have something to study. So you should do more practice, and it depends on you. If you're good at maths, don't do maths so much, and prefer your weak subject. Give more time for weak subject.
I'm from grade 10. How to not get tension while we are writing exam?
That comes with more practice and writing more exams. It happens at first, but they will manage it. And what's the what happens if you get 2 marks? Nothing happens. You take it as an opportunity and learn from it. And final exam, you should not be tense. That's all.
Hello, I'm Manu from grade 12 and I'm a NEET aspirant. And when we take NEET examinations, the more weightage is for biology. And we have a lot of theory part to memorize scientists' names or the concepts, the theories which they have proposed. So we have nearly 40 chapters. And can we get any tips or tricks to note down, to keep it memorized, those scientists' names, the way they found those theories, and all those concepts, what they have proposed. So any tips and tricks?
I think I didn't take this for biology, but since I had difficulty memorizing, immediately I made a note of in like a book. So if you have difficulty memorizing scientist names or dates, I think you can make it a small notebook for those. I did that for physics formulas actually, not for biology. And again, for biology, I am assuming you already know this, but NCRT is the Bible. You have to read that infinite number of times, and with that, I think you will get a sort of sense. At least if you don't remember it straight up, By seeing the options at least, you will sort of get the recall of what the current answer is. So repeatedly reading and making a small note. And for some other concepts, I think especially there's one chapter that was a nightmare, was morphology of flowering plants in 9th grade. There's like a lot of examples, also a lot of influences, forms, stuff like that. If there is a gap, then we find it necessary that someday that you are thinking you take as a teacher day, I would say try to research more on the subject and probably the YouTube video with some 3D illustrations that will help you retain that concept better. So if you are finding difficulty in a particular concept, try to find. There's always some resource on YouTube that explains that subject better. Thank you.
Ramesh, when you are giving a solution like YouTube and all, be very selective in words because our students have tabs, right? So you please make an extension. YouTube for what purpose?
Basically,
YouTube for
studies, yeah.
studies only, no?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Yeah.
Right. So any neat aspect, you know?
Good morning, my name is Dipesh and I am a NEET aspirant too. So you follow, which books you follow for MCQ solving and theories?
Any particular subject or general?
All.
Okay. I think mostly I focus on the PG package because that itself has a lot of questions. And then I did some questions for physics from, I think it was Arihant, and I had a lot of difficulty initially in physics because I did not get that sort of problem solving ability that did not come naturally to me. So I actually prepared for my JEE with NCR because I felt that was very helpful in developing my problem solving ability, especially the solved examples where if you have tried one of those examples, you don't get the answer. The solution there is very informative. It sort of helps you kind of a direction towards what you should think. And I think that is what I look for physics, maybe package and HCMA. I have biology. I think it was actually pretty much just package and NCRT. Anytime that I was not doing package, I was reading NCRT. There are, I think, previous years there was also added for all subjects because unlike JEE, indeed those are very important. There are repeated questions and there are repeated patterns of questions also. So either you get the same question or you get the same pattern of question, and that has happened multiple times. So definitely do previous year papers, and that will also help you get a sense of what chapters are more weightage. If you are doing previous year papers chapter wise. And for chemistry, again it was mostly packaged. For thermodynamics, I consulted some extra books because I had difficulty with that. I think it was, I'm not sure, it was Cengage, I'm pretty sure, for thermodynamics, and the rest of was packaged. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for, you are a parent, right? Your kid is studying with Fiji?
Yeah. Right. So myself, P. Prakash, I'm a part of Project Krishna, we studying here at 9th grade. So only we're talking about JEE Advanced. As per my experience, because my person also he was alumni of Fiji. If you know that to get at least the eligibility, we have to score minimum percentage in the JEE mains. After that, you know, if they are clearing that only, they will be able to go for JEE Advanced. And also, as per our experience as a teacher, so we are also from the teaching background. Even if many of the students, if they are scoring less percentile in JEE mains, they get demotivated. Even if they are eligible to appear for JEE Advanced, so they should get demotivated. Even they are not preparing well for JEE Advanced. So my request, maybe you can give a little bit more insight on eligibility to get at least to go for JEE Advanced or JEE mains, what may be the percentage. And also, if they are expressing their percentile in JEE mains, then others also can understand that even if they are scoring less percentile in a JEE main, they can be able to get good marks in ranking JEE Advanced. Maybe that will motivate to all the students.
Right.
As a parent, this is our request.
Sir, you have asked 2 questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to answer the first one.
Yeah.
And then I would request Mukesh to answer the second part. First is about JEE main. We all know, sir, JEE main, the pattern is they have only one examination. Although in JEE main we have 2 attempts. For last 3-4 years we have seen this trend. During COVID time there were 4 attempts. So for last 3-4 years there are only 2 attempts, right? One examination is normally happening in the month of January. I think class 2 students, JEE has planned they are going to write end of January and first week of February. They are going to write this examination, JEE. And after they are getting a score, NTA decides based on percentile.
Yes, percentile.
Percentile. Okay. So I know, but still some students are getting confused. You know what is the difference between percentage and percentile? Anyone who can tell me what is percentile? Okay, I asked you a question, 10 lakh students writing an examination. 10 lakh students writing an examination. You got 10,000 rank. 10,000 rank. What is the percentage?
So students you can express because this is the doubt for many students as a parent, so just asking.
This is a very important question this sir has raised. 10 lakh students wrote JEE. 10 lakh. Out of 10 lakh students, you got 10,000 rank. What is your percentage? Stand up and tell somebody. Yeah. 99% right. Can you remember what was this? Now 10,000. You got 20,000 rank. What is your percentile?
90.
40,000 rank. Huh? Sure? This is what? So last year cut-off, sir, till 78 percentile. Those kids over at the OBC category and got up to 78 percentile.
Because during this the Topper'S session, if you are maybe displaying that also for categories, what may be the minimum eligibility to go for JEE.
That's what I'm trying to do.
One more thing, because my son actually scored 93% in JEE mains, but he got demotivated because if he is appearing for JEE Advanced, whether he will get or not. So maybe if they are expressing the JEE mains percentage, then easily others understand that even if they are scoring 90% in mains, they can be able to get all their rank with the 50 to 60 like that. Others will also get motivated. So that is very close. Maybe they can share the percentile of JEE mains also.
Yeah. So I think they focus more on JEE answer. That's why I am answering the first part, JEE. As I already told you, last time cut-off was around 78 percentile. But if you are aspiring to join top engineering colleges like NIT, because after JEE main you can join either NIT or triple ITs. Okay, triple IT Hyderabad. But for triple IT Hyderabad there is a different examination which the student have to appear. Then only triple IT Hyderabad is most popular for those aspirants who are very specific in terms of joining computer science branch, right? But for NITs and balanced triple ITs, you need to have a percentile around 97 percentile or above, sir, so as to get a decent branch. But if you are okay joining, say, chemical or instrumentation with 93 percentile also, or up to 92 percentile also under OBC rank, you can join it. Because as I told you, to join a 93G, there are two more advantages we have. First, in 93G, we have a state quota. And secondly, there is a reservation quota being there in OBC. But for girl child specifically, there is another quota, which is we can say a girl quota. So there is for girl child, girls quota, reservation quota, and of course state quota. So those girls who are getting say up to 92 or 90 percentile also, they have a fair chance of joining an 93G with a very good branch. So this is your question, sir. Second, what they have done to get away from this stress. I feel, sir, to get a rank, say 90 percentile, what should be the score? Ideal score approximately, yeah? 1 lakh rank. I think 120.
My question is not like that.
Yes, sir.
Even if they are getting less personnel also in the JEE mains, they can be able to get good marks JEE advanced. If they are comparing that percentage
Yes, sir.
mains and advanced,
Okay.
other also will get motivated that
Yes.
even if you are scoring
Yes.
just in the
So I think when you wrote JEE
be
name,
able to score good enough.
your JEE name, you must have got a lesser rank than JEE advanced. So how you kept yourself motivated? For example, what rank you got in JEE?
Mains I got 550, sir.
550 and JEE advanced
66.
66. So you can answer this.
My main motivation was I'm not actually sure this question.
No. Suppose somebody is getting less in JEE mains, if they are getting 15 JEE advanced, they can answer among these people.
Yes, sir. So they got less only in JEE main. He got 550 rank
No,
in JEE main.
that is a good rank because so many of them are appearing for JEE mains. That is a very good rank as a 550. So he is not able to answer. Somebody suppose if they are getting maybe more than 10,000, if they are getting 15 all if they are rank advanced,
So
they can answer.
yes, sir. So for that we can have a conversation with those students who got more than 10,000.
So then
Rank in
somebody
JEE.
maybe they can Ramachandran he can tell what is his main
Ram,
rank.
what was your rank in JEE main?
My JEE rank was 241 and my JEE advanced rank is 15.
Because always it's a consistency. My question is another part. Because many of them they get demotivated after seeing that JEE mains result. They are not preparing well for JEE advanced. So maybe you can anyone is if they are getting less in JEE mains, they are getting 15 all India rank or JEE advanced, then that's my question.
Sir, to answer your query, both of them they targeted IIT Bombay only, and they are there in IIT Bombay, right? We know it very well. To get into IIT Bombay Computer Science, you need to have a rank below 60. Below 60 out of 2.25 lakh students who are writing JEE Advanced. So definitely your point of concern, in JEE main they got 241 and 550. All the more for them to get demotivated. But still, they got rank 52 and 66. How they did it, sir? That is why I asked this question. Now, you got 241.
So first thing in JEE means people I didn't complete my full revision for JEE means. That is one reason. And let's say you got more than 10,000 rank in JEE means. That doesn't mean you have to get demotivated. That is the first thing. And let's say you got demotivated. What are you going to do? You can't skip JEE advanced exam. You have to attempt for it. You have to attempt JEE advanced exam. So you don't have any other option other than studying for JEE advanced. I know one of my friends in IIT Bombay CS in my batch was got 70 percentile in JEE Mains session 1, and then he cleared JEE Mains session 2 in second attempt, and he gave JEE advanced and he got some triple digit rank, I think 200 something. So losing a motivation is not an option or you can't give up after JEE Mains. That is, and since he got 93, that is no reason for him to get demotivated. But let's say you got demotivated, you can consult with the faculty, that's as said earlier. You have to you can talk with your parents, and then he just needs the motivation back to study and improve further. 93 is not a bad percentile, that is point number one. And if he puts somewhat effort, he can definitely get a good rank in J Advanced and definitely better than J Mains rank. That's all I will say.
Right. So I think we answered your very well, sir. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
How do I grow maths in physics and organic chemistry? I'm a NEET aspirant.
Umesh? Chemistry. I think you're asking about chemistry, right?
Organic chemistry and physics.
For actually need the during preparation.
Test course.
I think in the beginning physics was quite low, but with consistent practice and developing my problem solving and everything, I was able to improve quite a lot. During the beginning of 11th, in chapters of 180, I used to variably get 60, 70, and towards the end, I got occasionally 160. Usually the tests that happen in Fiji or in most coaching centers actually I found after talking to my batchmates now, uniformly mock tests are very hard. The actual exam is easier because this helps you make it composite during the actual exam. So I would say even if your test scores are not as high as you would think in mock tests that are being conducted, it is not very indicator of the your scores will be bad like that. I think physics, chemistry, organic chemistry specifically, it was actually specific test scores are not able to recall, but it was a bit challenging at first because I had not really understood the mechanisms of reactions thoroughly. After the revision class only I was able to grasp the whole concepts, and then I found the scoring correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for asking this query.
But even though short-term course were really the scientists, the people, some particular course that are getting to be my board, which can really help for how long can be used for exams. So, did you have any strategies that you were practicing there or just called general aspirants? So, what is the you wish to have from others? You need to practice self-based practices.
You got the question? Ramesh?
Some shortcuts, something that you did unique from other that really enjoy from others.
Yeah, I think one thing that I personally found helpful and one thing I used that my faculty recommended was the day before the exam not to do anything like serious study or anything. I had mentioned that I maintained the formula book. I only read that on the last day of the exam, and that was in the evening. For the rest of the day I slept, I did some physical activity, and I did not really study anything in particular. I found that really helped take my mind off the pressure of the upcoming exam, and on the day of the exam I was extremely well rested. And I think honestly there are three things that I think helped me achieve a good rank. One was that I did frequent test analysis. Another was that I had done a lot of practice in areas that I was consistently weak in, and that I was extremely calm during the exam. And the third, why I mentioned the third one is because there were a few students studying with me that actually had about the same level of marks or better than me. But as I mentioned, during the exam they panicked and we made a lot of careless mistakes. So I feel even if you feel that you are not adequately prepared or you feel that you might not be able to get a good rank, just maintaining a cool presence during the exam will already give you a huge edge over a lot of other students. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, beta, quickly.
Hello, I'm Nikita of G10. And I want to ask you, say hostel life is better than mess hall and this opposite of you. And what do you prefer?
Your question is being a hostler or a day scholar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mukesh, you being a hostler, right? I have seen you, like CPT, how many questions are there? Beta, 60 questions.
I'm G10.
CPT 60 questions, right? So, what you did, I remember 60 questions, you divided it in 4. You had a group of 4 people, 50 questions together, and then you did proper analysis. Sometimes it came lazy, you could not do it, right? So that division of work, you can manage well with being a hostler. So, your tips to a student who is like joining a hostler or being a day scholar?
I feel hostel has an extra advantage, like we can discuss with friends and you should not get demotivated, like not demotivated, distracted, and your friends, like you should guide your friends and your friends should guide you, and like actually being an hostler, you can approach your faculties in my campus, evening in study hours I had faculties to approach and ask doubts. That was an advantage, and yeah, like it depends. If you're a day scholar, you should avoid all the distractions with mobile phones, social, like network and things. But in hostel also, you can get distracted. Everything should be like within you, and you should have that fire. But in hostel, you will have if you be a group, it will be so good. So yeah, it depends.
But we say like few are like over competitive and they say we don't like to help and they're selfish and they say we don't study, and then what is the case? For example,
we cannot force anyone to study with you, right? If somebody would like to study on his own or her own, we cannot tell that student that study with me, I would like to, right? So everybody is having their own ways of preparing for the examination. It entirely depends upon you as a person or an entity what suits you better, right? It is all about, as written over here, please make a plan. You know your plan better, you know your strengths better, you know your weaknesses better. You have to overcome your weaknesses and focus on your strength. And step by step you have to overcome it. That is what matters the most. Okay. With this note, I would request last question. Biology students, they can do one thing. They can post their questions and submit it to Principal Ma'am. Principal Ma'am will in turn put those questions to the toppers and they will answer your query. One last question. Please. Yes, Beta, I would request you to, what's your name? You're studying in this class? Class. No problem, you can speak. Quickly answer this.
Like if you're a hosteler, do not hack your tab. And do not say there's a reason to hack your tab. You have faculty here, you ask them. If you're a day scholar, you can do it, but you should have a
control.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can approach your faculty. That's the best method, I would say.
I didn't know hacking a tab was a solution for that, but if you just ask your faculties in class itself, and if they insist you to ask after class, then ask after class, because they don't want to, if they're going in a flow in class, they don't want to interrupt it, so they will ask you to ask it after class, and that's completely fine. You can approach your faculties after class. In YouTube, I don't think they will cover all the concepts that you didn't understand, and I would say keep that as the very last option, last option. If nothing is working for you, then try that. But asking a faculty is the first thing. They will help you out. Don't think that they will think I am a low student. That's the job of the faculty. They'll do it for you. Don't do it. I got 96.6. 483. I got 483.
You prepared separately for CBC? You prepared separately for CBC?
I used to, we had classes, I used to listen in English and computer science class because the physics doesn't teach that. So I used to go with the flow for English and computer science, and I didn't feel that as a trouble towards the end. And we had enough time to prepare for boards at the very end. Our means got over, so we had some free time. So I used that time for boards. I didn't prepare fully and all, but towards the end I was concentrated for boards, just before boards.
So maths, physics, chemistry, no need for preparing for board examinations.
I need to prepare, but preparation in the sense I don't have to study the concepts, I have to study the way of writing an exam. That is what I had to prepare, and that also I listened to class. That wasn't a problem for me.
Okay, I think, yes.
So when we start our advanced preparation, we should we have many chapters to read. We should read all the chapters or still many chapters for advanced preparation. So we should do as enough for
Don't skip any chapters.
like we should prioritize it.
Prioritizing is there, but don't let that prioritize make you feel like you can skip this chapter. Only one question has come, it won't come this year. Anything can happen in J1. They can ask 5 questions from that chapter if they want to. So don't skip any chapters, but prioritizing is an option. Yeah, you can prioritize the chapters and study accordingly.
At this point, we would like to conclude this session. I would request, I have seen some hand raised over here. They can post their questions to Principal Ma'am, and Principal Ma'am will give you an answer to that. Alright, this would like to conclude the session. I would request Principal Madam to kindly come on the stage, please.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek, sir. That was a wonderful time, and thank you, my dear students who are sitting here on the dais. It's proud to see them. It's proud to, wait and see you people here on stage, which will be really a proud moment for us. So, all the best, children. I hope some of you have few more questions. We'll pass a Google link for you. Fill that and send us. So we surely get the answers for you and let you know about it. And now I call Master Anirudh of grade 12 for vote of thanks. Thank you all very much for being here. And for the children, I just want to leave one word. Keep R in your mind. Not a movie. Read, retain, recall. This will help you for all the levels. All the best, my dear children.
I just would like to add before concluding this session. You have seen it. The slide is very clear, right? Okay. We all want to make our parents proud on our achievements. Initially, everybody raised that yes, we seriously love our parents. So if we seriously love our parents and we want to see them happy, so you have to achieve success. Okay. Although it is very easy to write and implement, but still you have to be patient. You have to be very, very hardworking. Those students who are presently in 11th and 12th, okay, keep your focus on no scope for induction. And what is not required, there is no luck in competitive examinations. Okay? Luck favors the brave, luck favors only the hard workers. A regular study hours means now you are motivated, the toppers are here in front of you, now you study 10 hours, 12 hours. 2 days you study, after that 10 days, you say, I've been enough of hard work, let me sleep for 10 days. Then again you wake up, again you study for 10 hours, then again you say, why do you study this many hours? So you have to be very, very consistent, right? Of course, sleep well, you need to have good food on time. Irregular sleep will further increase your stress, it will further demotivate you. And last but not the least, do not make a plan to remain in a plan or a pipe dream forever. Please start implementing your plan on a daily basis. These kids were very regular, they've been thorough in their approach and very focused. Okay? I sincerely believe you have taken a leaf or two out of whatever they have shared today, and I'm so sure, not all, but around 50% or 60% of you must be inspired with their thoughts, with their activities, and they have literally done their hard work. They try to reciprocate whatever thoughts were there in their mind, floated across to all of you. Please implement it and you will take success. This note, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Richie Global School, I first want to express my profound gratitude to Almighty God for ensuring the success of today's event. We know our accomplishment to His divine support and guidance. I'm deeply grateful to our esteemed toppers who took out time with a hectic schedule to honor us with their presence. Our team, who worked tirelessly to arrange this event, deserves a special mention. Their cooperation and dedication has been instrumental in the successful organization of this event. I extend my sincere appreciation to the correspondent, Mr. Ankur Kumar Jain sir, Mr. Abhishek Agarwal sir, and our principal, Dr. J. Dinesh ma'am, for their support and tireless efforts in making today's event a reality. A heartfelt thanks also go out to all the parents and well-wishers for their constant support. Finally, I would like to extend a big thank you to everyone present here who has contributed to the success of Topper'S 2023-2024. Your support and enthusiasm have made this event possible and we are deeply grateful. Finally, I would like to end our open thanks to the floor. Defeat the defeat before the defeat is received. Thank you.
Okay, 50 Chennai students. They came from Tamil Nadu. You are here in Tamil Nadu. Next time, their expectation, when they came here, basic, how many students are sitting in front of you? 4. I would request you when you write JA in advance, I would request all the students to be there on the stage and share their success with all of us. Can we do that? Yes, no? Great.
Let us please rise for the national anthem.
तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Children, according to your bus routes, board the bus. Rajendra ji, please climb on. In transport, children, please board your bus fast. Hostel children can get back to your hostel